Hey there folks, and welcome to another set of GT7 Weeklies of May Week 4, in other words, May 23rd to May 29th. Starting with the American Sunday Cup 600 at Daytona Trioval, the Daytona track in other words, which I am driving the Focus RS 2018, which is not a bad vehicle, basically. The standard. Well, no, I can't say standard. It's an all-wheel drive version of the Focus because, yeah, there is something I do like about when it came to the Focuses, when they did both of the Focuses, because they actually literally went out of their way and did both of the Focuses. Because they did the ST, which is, I believe, 2015, and the RS, which is the 2018. Which I also kind of feel bad, too, because Ford decided to kill this car, by the way, and I have no idea why the heck you do that, but you replaced it with the crap stain that is the Mach-E for Mustang, which, there's a lot of things to be said about that, but just, I don't know, Ford has weird choices lately, and mostly involved with electric cars lately, besides the Bronco, which, more on that. Another fun case. So there's the Bronco Sport, which is technically the Bronco 2, while the Bronco is the Bronco 1. So it's fun when it comes to that one too. But yeah, the Ford Focus is a very fun car to drive as all-wheel drive, basically. So yeah, I just set it up for 600 pp. And oh, if you want this vinyl, you could technically get this vinyl on my thing, but I will note though that I did update the vinyl a bit more, so I add that checker stuff there, a bit more checker vinyl to it. But yeah, I got a bunch of cars here that are just max rad because yeah, they're old muscles, what do you expect? Then, hey, look, there's the ST right there. But yeah, the difference between the ST to the all-wheel drive, not only a beefier motor, but it has all-wheel drive, where the ST is an FF. So if you want the OG Focus appeal, which was the FF, go for that. If you want the more rally spec version, which I believe that's what the RS means, I think, while the ST means street technologies, you want the rally spec. So yeah. But yeah, it's really sad that this one died because this thing was faster than a Mustang, like big time. I gotta say, and especially if you stick in the engine stops. The engine stops a 4 GTLM motor, just so. But yep, that wraps that up because that's just how quick that car is. But anyways, on to the special event, which I'm surprised is the Renault Kangoo. It's still going at Eagle Norman. Or Eiger Norman, not Eagle. It's an Eagle! Oh my god. But anyways, the Renault Kangoo, if there's anything else to say about it, I did add like a little bit final to it, but other than that, I basically have posted this on my thing, so if you want to see it, here it is. But yeah, in case you want it, here you go, basically. Just look up Metro 93. Go find it. But basically, this is basically, I don't know, still an ongoing special series on Fries, really. Because I think this is like the 4th or 3rd Kangoo race I did. So I'm really shocked considering the update. You would think the update will overlap and they just prefer on the special event cars, but no, they're still doing the previous update ones, which is the Kangoo. The last week's, I believe, was the Corvette, and now it's this. Yeah. Which, I'm fine with it. Kangoo's fun. And if this is the last Kangoo event, well, hurrah then. But at least, I'd be kind of surprised if it still goes. But yeah. So I guess one more last event for the Kangoo before it goes, and I guess. So if you haven't driven the Kangoo, this may be the chance. Okay, Kangoo, yeah, still a fun car at the end though. It's pretty shocking, really. For a MPV car, you kind of just expect it to be just a utility pedestrian car at the end of the day. But no, it has its sport fitness, surprisingly. Then as the saying goes, I did do a 50 or 550 PP Cup, the Clubman Cup, and won with this. But unless I might have achieved it a little bit, but you know, I still won. I still want. For those that may have saw like way back or not, I'm not sure. But yep, if you want the Renault Kangoo 1.4, here you go for vinyl. I had my fun with it. My dog. But yeah, basically a camping trip Kangoo for Clubman Cup. Or the Kangoo Cup. Or this special event cup. Or which way you view it. Yeah, it makes me wonder if there is dedicated cup racing for this or not. And such. Should look that up in advance, but of course I can. There, got some. I will say this Kangoo is very interesting because I think it only has 8 opponents itself. I thought it was like 12 or 14. I thought. And then not only that, they look like they are kind of more modified, except for like the gray one I saw there. When we get back to him. We got the Bull Express one. So I'm more referring to this one here. Where is it? I think it's the 3rd place guy. Yeah, that one. That one was stock as F, right? Or at least the other one has vinyl. 2nd place. I say loosely, it's just like one slap of decal and call it good. It represents this company, and just this company alone. Okay. Yeah, if you want basically my Kangoo LM, or whatever I called it, you can basically have it, or the Kangoo R. I think I probably called it the Kangoo R. I don't know, I just slapped the thing to it. Yeah. Otherwise, a very short event, I guess. Or how much money? I can't even recall that. Oh, it was 45 grand, which by equation, by time to money, that's not bad because I'm at 13 around this lap. Like 45 grand, that's not bad. That's technically like 5 minutes overall, so not the worst. It's an okay, but you get very repetitive really quick though. That's probably the one thing they need to take issue on when it comes to that. It's like, how repetitive is gonna be? How much does people want to, come back to the event at the end of the, so, or even come to the event to begin with, I should say. On top of it. Yeah, we're about to get closely done here as we get to the last round out. This car dives right in the corners. As I said, I guess that may look pretty nice at the end there. Got rid of this weird gray bumper it's known for and gave him a more colorful bumper. Looks so much better. Now to the historic sports car masters at Greenwood Motor Circuit, which I am driving a Fiat 500F, but it's not just any Fiat 500F. It is a Fiat 500F with the 2.4 Honda motor, which makes this into a little insane little racing machine at the end of the day at 550p. So good enough for this 580 event, although I will admit a little bit tight, but for what it is and what it serves, it does its duty. And being fun while at it. Because yeah, I'd turn this into a little pizza machine. On the behalf of my friend's suggestion was turn it into a pizza machine, so I turned it into a pizza machine for Nico. Thanks, buddy. Anyways, you get to see the little pizzeria car going in action. But yeah, I try to dive like everything what you can think of for pizza. I should go find the Spider-Man guy while at it, but that's one of the cases that I will say this is not posted yet, but so far just trying to think of more ideas to add to it right now. It's in the work progress. Which for work progress already looks pretty good enough to be even tossed already. But I kind of would just want to wait for, in case maybe another suggestion or something. that to it. It's just kind of funny to see this little tiny car kick the crap out of these sports cars at the end of the day. Is it because of race transmission? Yes. Is it because of race suspension? Yes. Is it because it sounds like a little motorbike going on steroids? Probably yes. Better to say it's a fast little machine. I almost off green there. Oops. Get back on the track. But yeah, it's a... This is probably the best engine swap I can think of when it came to... Well, not by performance, but by fun factor. This is probably the funnest one, I would say. By performance, though, you'll see later on here, because I have another engine swap besides this one. Which I should have changed the decal on that one too, but I was doing so much time on the pizza one. Just to say, I've spent like an hour or two on that, so it was worth it. As the saying goes. And I just passed by a C2 Corvette. And you get the 512 Verona Boxer up here. And the Mario P400 Bertone. Here, Bertone or Bertone? I need to check the pronunciation on that one. Countach P400, which I'm not surprised this thing's fast for a supercar. This was somewhat the first supercar. Besides the Mario. Yeah, I do consider the Countach the more defining supercar. Well, the Mario was a things to come kind of car, and it really showed because most of the cases they lit on fire. Sadly. And then you got your classic Skylines, well, fun ones. They're still missing the Tayo Celica though. I will say, I hope for more Japanese. I hope they bring back the Japanese classic event, because that was a good one too. Although probably still make it historic, but mostly have the opponents as Japanese boxer cars. So that way it's not hogging all the glory, you know. That way you can have an American car versus the Japanese cars. You know what? Instead of the stupid way they've been doing events, which is this American Clubman Cup. How about you just make a Clubman Cup, but have it more American priority of opponents, you know, make some fun with it. Instead of, oh, okay, here's your toy box. I could make a custom event way better than this, easily. I just need the right fonts and the right thinking for the tunings. You know. Heck, if anything, I'd say if there's anything to take priority, I would say keep tweaking custom events to where it's downright superior in a way to have a lot of fun. But like I said, there's still some nudges to change. Like example, I'm trying to think. Well, if I can think of an example. Right now my brain's too shit to even think about. But yep, just looking at the little pizzeria car at the end of the day, just wow, just pretty. Just a pretty little wonder I did. It's like my buddy, and the best part, my buddy just said, oh, okay, what? Oh, you know, you can probably turn in your pizza car. But I could. Yeah, let's do it. Screw it. And thus, the pizza car is born. I was like, this is one of the pizza cars. The other one I have is Pizza Boy, which is the Honda Civics. But you can get those as well on the vinyl thing as well. But now try to pass the Lamborghini here, because yeah, it's about to get tight on the fifth lap here. Although I can understand though the tightness, because it's only a minute and a half per lap. It's not long. But yeah, you know, I love it when people get bitchy that races last for too long, like 10 minutes or so. What are you, from Mario Kart or some shit? Fuck, I miss if I gotta say one thing, I miss Rainbow Road 64 when it was an endurance track. I'm sorry, I miss. That was the whole point of doing Rainbow Road 64. I'm sorry. That endurance is what makes you a driver at the end of the day. These little short burst crap stains, not good enough in my eyes. The real factor when it comes to racing, how well can you endure it? Can you keep the pace throughout the whole race and not panic and, you know, freak out at one point? That is my stake when it comes to the Mario Kart tracks lately. They've been doing like, oh, it's just a lap of this. That's it. Why not endurance run? Come on, stop being a bitch. You know, it's a legal thing, man. Anyway, just turn it in. I still haven't said anything about the custom, what to do for custom event yet. I'm trying to think about that. Hopefully sometime soon I can think about it, but here's the European Clubman Cup 600. Ferrari Circuit Challenge, God. Yeah. At Deep Forest Raceway. And I am driving a 458 Italia GT3 Ferrari 2013. And yeah, they have this car as a choice you can do. Cause yeah, you can drive the race cars too. It makes sense though, because if I recall, the little blue car is a race car too. The little blue one I know of, the baby blue. Yeah, you can drive the race car, which, yeah, again, should have done decal, but, you know, I spent an hour on that pizza one, god dang it. I'll get back to this one right again. I'll let you know through an update. Yeah, basically just driving the 458 Italia GT3, detuned it technically down to 700 and called it good. It does a great job. It looks like it does a great job. I mean, it's not as fast as that behind me, but you know. Like, I'm not surprised. I think it's probably like, well, because I will know when you're in sports tires, and if you're hitting around the 650 rank, you gotta be pretty fast at that point. You gotta be like Fast and Furious kind of fast. Which does make me think of making a base around the 690 PP, because there's a 690 PP one, but it wants sports soft tires, which, ew, but I might find something for that. Might. So freaking that, but otherwise basically just a bunch of Ferraris driving around the track. As the saying goes. Bunch of every other kind of, basically. Although, even though there's like every other kind of Ferrari, they still pick like a double of one of the kinds. Like I know there's like 2 F8 Tribute those, and I know there's like 2 Testarossas, I believe, or 512s. I can't remember exactly. But I just know there's like 2 of each for some reason. And not, oh, I don't know, the F40? or I don't know, the other California one, the very expensive ass one. The one that's $20 million for like no good reason. Yeah, for some reason the baby blue race car one is only like 6 mil, or like 6 or 2 mil to it. Got the F8 Tribute, which I'm not surprised. Which is funny, that's a successor to the Italia too. Right enough. And you can definitely tell by the looks wise, because they look very similar. And I will say, if I had to choose between the looks wise, I think I would pick the F8 Tribute, because it just looks sharper. I like a sharp looking car than a smooth looking Although I do love the F30's Scuderia's backlights though. Those look nice. Which is funny, I think that's what the F8 should be, the added elements of the 430 in the Italia. Kind of applied it all together. And the Dino! We got Dino. Which, yeah, he's definitely just joy driving because he's gonna be like, I don't know, 400 PV probably. Comfort mediums? Yeah, that's not a whole lot of points. Yeah, because there's a 512, and I could have sworn I saw another 512 and Testarossa. And 308. And then we got the not California, but, oh, well, yeah, technically California, but the Cannonball run car. There's the 365 GTB for the B12 in the front. So, that later basically just created the F12 and the 812. And you get your Testarossa, which makes me wonder if they're going to bring back a Testarossa. Probably not. Or if so, it's probably what the F40 took over. You got a regular F430. You got the super fast that's trying to catch up. You got Tributo. Oh, wait, yeah, there's two Scuderias too on top of it. Oh my god. Oh, god dang it, that's just, you know, I've been kind of getting weird on pronunciation sometimes. Sometimes I'll say the correct pronunciation, which is, I believe it's Scuderia. Sometimes I'll say Scuderia. I don't think it's supposed to be Scuderia, but if it is, it is. Pronunciation, I'm just gonna say, if you say as it is, you say as it is. I'm not gonna stop you. I do know you're gonna piss off a Ferrari purist or a Porsche purist though. Considering I already just pissed off Porsche right there. I did it again. It's Porsche. I'm just gonna say Porsche because it's shorter. And the cars are short. Except for like when it comes to Carrera or the 918. Or the big one is the 917. Yeah, kind of just to watch these Ferraris go at each other. I guess I could see how fast it goes around this track too, because this track is the premise I use for the 650 PP tryouts too on that note. And stuff. Plus also, I just remember what the add for custom events. The abilities allow us to use any tires we put on the cars. That's all. That's really all I can think of. It just really kind of sucks that you cannot apply your tires that you put on that car to let them use it as that such. It's BS to let that such. So, yeah, otherwise I would have a 600 PP grade 4 racing, but I can't, or grade 4 race cars with the sports tires instead of the race tires, but I can't because they'll just auto select the race tires. It really sucks. Because the whole point of being called custom race, I doubt was the whole factor of being custom race. Like, what do you expect? It's look, I get it, there's a whole money earned factor though, but yeah. Then again, you can just choose that like really hardcore, but you know those fucking pro strats out there where you just, oh, put the Red Bull car, put it with fixed gears, and then drive the Fiat. Or when I say Fiat, I mean Abar 500 with the freaking Civic motor, the garbage Civic motor. and just drive on Daytona faster than them because they have fixed gears and they can't move fast enough. Yeah, you can just tell by that tone. I don't care about you. I'm sorry. Screw you, Explorer. So it's fuck, if you want an exploit for me, I mean, just slap. Yeah, just use 650 PP with race tires, and just go against 550 PP grade 4 race cars, because while they be down tuned, or while they I already said the answer, but while they have race tires, they be down tuned, and also FR World Touring Car 700. It's not the FR Challenger. I keep looking at what the hell is that, because I'm so irritated right now after just saying that. But anyways, I am driving the V6 Escudo Pike Speed, but it's not a V6 at all. It is a V8. This is the other engine swap I thought was pretty good, because this kind of fixes the whole problem about if you try to go, well, I don't know, it's really debatable, but given that V8 does give it a better pace, so that way it doesn't, you know, stutter at the low gears at all, because that was the biggest problem about the V6 or quad turbo, because it's quad turbo. It has turbo lag because if you're not hitting those gears, it doesn't keep in pace. You'll just slug out at one point and stuff. But with the V8 though, you'll never have that problem, and you can drive this car what it kind of feels like it should be, which is being a little Pike Speed monster. At 700 PP though, because I will say this motor is not very high horsepower, but you can do an 800, but you have to tweak the spoiler and stuff, which I tweaked the spoiler for this occasion too. As a result, it kind of drives stiff though, so something to know. I think it's because of the weight reasons. So I think this motor weighs more because it is a V8 after all. You just trade in a smaller motor for a beefier motor. Yeah, to say again, if you want an exploit though, you just, you know, down tune the race cars to a bare minimum and then drive what you think is good enough to just beat them at the end of the day. You could really do that on anything. You can even down to the grade 1 cars to make them that obsolete to what they normally are and just beat them with probably a 650 PP car, probably. Or 700, either way. And get the most bang out of your buck money, if you really want that. But, back to this though. With the V8 though, I will say, this thing's fast as heck, I gotta say, because I tried this with the Clubman Cup 700 Plus, or Clubman Plus 700, and this thing wrecks crap, man. This thing's a little monster, and, well, pun intended, because it is called the Monster. To say. It was done by the man that was the Monster, who was a Japan Dirt Rally champion 8 times too, on top of it. And he won 1995 with this. I don't know if the same colors though, because this is the 1998 version. That's the weird part. So it got beaten by something else, so I'm not sure what. But to say though, what's very funny, I didn't realize about what's on the scooter though. There's a Wendy's brand on the left of the car. I didn't realize that. That's probably, I wonder if that's actually a first, because I don't ever see any fast foods on other cars, period. That might be the only one that has a fast food. And it also has Pepsi too, by the way. So that's the one thing that shocks me about the Scooter Pike Speed, because I forgot it has some official brands over here, basically. Certain Wendy's hamburgers. So that's kind of funny to know about. If you just look on the left corner rear end, you'll see it. And then for the Pepsi, it's on the lower left skirt there I'm seeing, or right. It's probably posted twice. The decal. Classic Pepsi logo. But yeah, basically this is just gonna be a cakewalk at the end of the day. I'm just trying to find any do or dad to say at the end of the day because it is what it is. You take this, you win. So yeah, this is basically just a laughable 1 star at the end of the day. Difficulty with this. If there's one thing you have to just take note, you do have to lean it immediately because I will say I think I would get the 4 eventually. But I had to see how fast it went around. It did more than 20% fuel, so I had to lean it enough to where it did less of that and such. So it did just that. Eventually. But yeah, this track is usually known for rain too on top of it, and surprisingly the rain didn't really came at all. Kind of shocked about that. It usually there is and such. Here's all the contenders of grade 4 from your 86 grade 4 to your Answer Evo grade 4. Your basics are basics. But no real threat of any opponent really. If anything, I would say Gallus with the NSX is kind of a threat, sort of. As he tries to pass the Supra. So. And then you got the Suzuki Swift Sport 34, which yeah, he's just gonna be he's just there. Don't mind him, he's just there. It's a 4C. Still shocked me, not the 8C, it's the 4C. But then again, Alfa Romeo hasn't really made an interesting car besides the Guela. So if anything to go in the grade 4 in the future, it'd be that. The problem is, Grand Turismo hasn't really done any race cars for a good while now. Which I get, it's because of feedback. People don't like it when they do race cars of VGTs. Even though those said people are casual a-holes, you know. I mean. Look, I understand that there's probably better cars to take in to that spot, but come on. You need to live it up, you know. You can't just do your demands instantly. I'm sorry. That's just not how it's gonna work. They want to also throw their creative freedom chip as well, too. Yes, sir. Oh, hey, we got a... I mean, I will admit, the CRV probably shouldn't have exist. Why would you do this? You know, it's not supposed to join darkness. I'll do you from. Are you supposed to defeat the darkness? I'll join from. Yeah, just me just driving a scooter at the end of it. Yeah, there. Oh yeah, that's like I need to change the decal on this one for dang sure because it's definitely not V6 anymore. I also need to get another scooter on the future too because I was that's the fun part when they do get engine swaps. You didn't have to go buy more in order to really, you know, make sure you have one V6 and one V8, and you know, in case you also want to do different builds for each one and not, you know, having to get in the car and then just switch the build on the fly for it. Sorry, I'm kind of lazy. I'd rather just have separate cars for that, per build. Am I paying more? Yes, but at least the money's going somewhere. So I probably would have kept it stacked in that case. Not such. But yeah, this is just gonna be an easy race at the end of the day. And considering this guy already pitted already, Jesus Christ. Then again, I see 2 of them using racing mediums, which was the RCF and the M4. I don't know why, because considering you're not going faster, you're still going slower. The M4's case is even worse, because For some reason, I noticed that M4 burns like no tomorrow. I mentioned this before on other videos, but it's really noticeable anymore. That almost makes me think that's the worst grade 4 right there, is that one. It's weird, so yep, I just put this now. So, yep, at the bare minimum fuel. I do try to use like every bit of the fuel I can, so yeah. Yeah, that was like one of the things I could think of for custom events, because I never understand, like, wait, you lock my tires to, well, I say lock loosely. There's some cars that allow you to have those tires on, but there's just some that just, nope. Making the AI battles in some cases sometimes bad, because yeah, I will say in the future, if I ever do another 600 pp tryouts, I will make sure they are wearing sports hard tires. If they ain't wearing sports hard, they're banned. It is what it is. So, we got Mr. Gallo trying to pass Yamanaka. I think that's how it's pronounced. But yeah, I had them right behind me. I think they almost tried to pass me, but I was like right there at the middle, so I just passed them. That's such. Yeah, no, just drive this to victory at this point. But yeah, I guess more I'm not saying of the whole endurance thing, I will say. I hate that people try to, you know, say this is too long and shit, because you really don't understand racing in that case. You just don't at that point. No matter where you go or where you're doing, that's where your racing's at. It's always fun. It should not be like 5 minutes, oh, you're done. Or like, I don't know, like Disney Speed Storm's case, where it's like a minute or two. It's like, good God, that's short. That's like bare minimum. It's like, where are you getting fun from that? Because look, I get it. There's going to be a point where one driver's going to be just gone at that point. But I wouldn't say that's more of the time. I would say that's more of your fault for not being good enough. Unless that person is just broken as F. Yeah. In Speed Storm's case, in Mario Kart's case, there's no excuse, because you will have a blue shell or some thunder or some fuck crap to back you up in case it ever gets to that far in situation. My only counter saying to that is that, oh, hey, yeah, they might have a star. Oh, crap. And such. But yeah, funny enough, in terms of Mario Kart, when I played way back, I think it was like, yeah, it'd be Mario Kart 7. No, not technically Mario Kart 8, IW. It wasn't bad. So, except for the terrible battle mode, that was about it. And then when it came to the deluxe, they decided to add double items, which the double items mechanic was kind of broke, or not, well, not broken, but not really useful, because it's like, what's the point of that? Besides, you know, giving players an advantage if they get more red shells. Stuff, because yeah, you can't switch the items. Unlike Double Dash, where Double Dash made sense of the whole double items because you were able to switch characters so that way one character could have a defense item, the other character could have this instead. Which, was it more useful tactic? No, not really. So if anything, you should just bring it back. So, yeah, enough about that, we're talking about Gran Turismo. Realistic. Yeah, basically just prison at this point and stuff. I'll show them the dashboards of each of the drivers I usually do. Because yeah, I try to make this a mainstay when it comes to the replays and stuff. Is that try to show as much as I can, and try to go from the most important thing, which is basically just show the first overall of the lap, and then show all the cars, and then if it still takes that long, to show the dashboards of the said cars, and just at that point just switch between drivers every now and then. And such. But yeah, the G7's steering yoke is weird, like I said. Which I would say wheel, but they're also called yokes, so it's weird. So that one's a wheel. But then again, I could see why it's called a steering yoke and a steering wheel, because it's not really a wheel anymore. At that point, you made more of a paddle that you just tilt with gyro controls, what it feels like. The gyro control is real. I mean, that kind of does exist, called the steer by wire, a little bit. It's not wireless though, it's steer by wire. But if they do gyro controls, oh my god! What were they thinking? It was bad enough on the Wii. But I think I had a game where you had to steer using the steering as a wheel, or the Wiimote as a wheel. Which, you know, I obviously would be Mario Kart, but I'm just talking about like another game and such. Yep. Oh yeah, and you're probably noticing, oh, it's cloudy. Yeah, it's trying to rain. It's trying to rain at this last second. It's like, really? It's like, I checked the weather, it's like, wow. It's really trying to rain. Which I think, thank God it didn't rain later, because I forgot to buy rain tires for this. But giveaway for faster cars, I'm coming through. As everything goes. To the fellow Mustang, because somehow you are down here. What happened? Do you like driving garbage, I guess, or something? Just weird. Anyways. Then I got the G7 down here too. Oh, and the M4 is fitting now. RCF should have pit it, you didn't pit. Yeah, now it's raining. Which is, it's fine. The water level's not going to reach that high by the time I get to the next one. Because in order to make this track as wet as heck, it needs to hit at least a level and a half on that scale there. But the scale is next to the timer there. Or, in another case, next to the tire insert. If from right up, right to the tires. So yeah. It tried though. It really did. Yeah, I'm just trying to show a reel of cars just trying to get there and stuff. Ooh, dang. I just love this though. The Supra and the NSX has been battling the whole time. The whole time. Oh yeah, then I know. Yeah, the Swift was coming up here. Okay, I didn't know this. I'm not surprised about the Hurricane though. He usually is a weird one. He creeps up. But like all the other ones, kind of the same ones. Maybe the Viper might be different. But yeah, the GR Super just put it, which in other words, you lose. So Swift for the win? Holy crap! Yeah. Oh my God! Double Suzuki victory, technically. Yeah, the Swift wins. Okay, well. So yeah, the ASX and the GR Super just pitted. Oh my God. Yeah, that's basic victory. Oh, okay. But that basically technically wraps that. But first, the prizes. What prizes did we get? Which I will say 2 of them are from Marathon before, and another one from this one. And this one is a parts one, which, oof. Oh my god, brakes! Ah, my eyes! That's insane, guys. For the LaFiari, by the way. Oh my god. And now for, oh no, I got like 2 driving marathons. I take that back. Or I got 3 driving marathons because the other ones were just all weeklies. If I could change, yeah! Alright, now we check what the next prize is here. And it's Aston Martin! Oh my god, a pardon from Aston Martin so I could buy its crappy 177. It's not like I didn't have a pardon from none of them in the first place. No! What makes you think of that? From the tone of this voice. Anyways. But yeah, got my money back up to 8 mil at least, so. But that basically wraps that for the weeklies, I must say. Not bad, but kind of just, it's just kind of there. But until then, people, I'll see you guys all next time. You guys take care, and I hope you enjoyed what you watched, and thanks for watching. Take care.